Hello everyone, Gary Ray's Remax Integrity, and here I am talking to you from Eugene Spotlights, where we highlight some of the great businesses around Eugene and Lane County. And today I have the good fortune of talking with Laureen Youngblood, and she is Sacred by Design. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Ooh, I'm excited to find out what you can do. So tell me about your business. What is your main activities?
My main activities are kitchen and bath designs.
Okay.
I've most extensively been involved in remodels over the last almost 20 years that I've been an interior designer.
So you work with people that are just building homes, or homes that are already out there, or just anyone that wants to have some ideas?
Sure. I do residential design is definitely my specialty. Okay. I can do custom homes or remodels. A good majority of what I do is people that are turning their home into their forever home, or updating or upgrading something they've just purchased and are wanting to move into or have moved into, or occasionally even, trying to pep it up for sale.
Sure.
But a good portion of it, my passion, my love is to help my clients build something that they really want to live in every day.
So that would be a little different than what we call staging.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So for people that this is the Eugene, but you'll go probably quite a ways out from the area of Eugene. Should that need to be like Bend, Oregon, or
Absolutely.
Throughout the throughout Oregon, I should say?
Absolutely. I actually have a job right now in Huntsville, Utah. So I'm actually fairly mobile. Technology has made it so that we have the ability to do a lot of work online, remotely, via video. And I mean, I do show up on the job, at
Yes.
specific points in a project, but yeah, remotely is also a thing.
That was my question, because I thought, boy, that would really be the cat's meow. Should you be able to speak with different clients from throughout the United States, really, in a helpful fashion?
Absolutely.
Now, Eugene, Oregon is your basis, but yes, I bet you do a lot of work other than just Eugene, Oregon.
Certainly. I've done a lot of work on the coast.
Okay.
I just finished my last project was in Waldport, and then a small one I did in Seal Rock, Oregon. I've done a lot of coastal projects between Newport and Yachats over the last 13 years, and also all over the valley. It's a lot of fun.
So anyone can get in touch with you to find out about what it takes and the costs and all of that.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I call you, and I'm of course a male that doesn't know a picture from I'll just leave it at that. So you're going to help a novice, and so you're going to start off with what you're going to do. Certainly going to interview me.
Certainly. Typically, we start with about a 30-minute phone call, so I can find out what your objectives and goals are. And what I find is there are some misconceptions around the difference between an interior decorator and an interior designer.
Oh.
And so an interior designer is closer to an interior architect. I can reconfigure floor plans, lighting design, like full-on space planning, cabinets, the whole thing. It's not just about picking paint colors, although I do help a lot of clients do that. It seems to be a very much overwhelming thing for some homeowners. I don't do furniture, and I very rarely do window coverings, although I have done them. Most of what I deal with is the actual envelope and the space that they live in, which is why kitchens and bathrooms end up being mostly what I end up working with.
That to me sounds like a pretty specialized field, because I know a lot of people have good color design and those types of things, but you're way beyond that. You're helping design floor plans almost.
Yes. I provide finished construction drawings for contractors to use in either a new custom home or in a remodel where they have elevations and dimension drawings, so the plumbers know where the plumbing fixtures are going to go, and the electricians know where the appliances are going to go, and that kind of thing. And so I provide a full service.
Thinking about what you provide, I'm thinking, because everybody does their own home projects.
Sure.
Employing you to come in and design it sounds like, oh, that's going to be a lot of money, but really you can save a homeowner a lot of money by doing it right the first time in your design.
Absolutely. I firmly believe that there are many advantages to hiring somebody like me, an interior designer that can, number one, ask the right questions. I have
Yes.
designed hundreds of kitchens over the
Oh
years.
my, you must be old.
Or at least over 100 kitchens, maybe not hundreds, but at least over 100. And asking the right questions, finding out what priorities and their ultimate goals are, because those are the conversations. Once we've had that 30-minute consult, I find out what your goals are. Yes, we want to hire you, please come in. And I can also do a limited, an initial on-site consultation. Typically takes about 2 hours.
Okay.
And that's where we really dive in deep. I look at the space, I find out how clients live, what their goals are, what their daily family life looks like, how do they use the space. Some people are cooks, some people aren't. That's a completely different kitchen.
Sure.
Do you bake? Are you a chef? So those are all things. And I talk a lot about kitchens because that's a lot of what I get hired to do, but the same questions apply in bathrooms, living rooms, bedrooms, right? Like, how do you use the space? How do you move through your day in your home? I absolutely run on the assumption that the spaces that we live in inform how we live and show up in our life every day. And if we hate the space that we live in, or we are uncomfortable in it all the time, that affects how we show up in the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you have to provide as an incredibly important part of design, for people to live comfortably in their own home. And even though there's a cost involved,
Sure.
many times that cost is peanuts compared to the enjoyment that one would experience. Certainly. Through doing it correctly the first time.
Certainly. And I've had clients call me in halfway through a project, and the amount of cost that is involved in changing things after it's gotten started can be exorbitant. Yes. Especially in today's prices. So the ability to ask those questions: do you want to pay for the cost to move this appliance? Are you aware? There are so many questions. It's funny, most people when they're designing their kitchens forget to put in a trash space. Mm-hmm. Like, where do you put your trash? Like, it's a very practical thing that we don't really think about because we do it every day. And then you've designed your kitchen and you look and you're like, oh no, I forgot to, where do I put my trash can? So it's things like that. Yes, and yes. That's a pretty basic one, but there are those types of questions that happen in the spaces in a home that, if you get all of that information up front before a contractor or anybody walks in the door, it really saves time and effort in the long run.
Well, that's what
money.
That's what I wanted to impress upon our viewers, is that it sounds expensive, but it could be extremely cost efficient if you do it correctly.
Mm-hmm. I've seen costs upwards of 30% over budgets because somebody didn't pre-plan in a way that was helpful and had to change things in the middle of a project.
So Sacred by Design, and that's, you're kind of a unique product out here that Eugene can take advantage of. That's for sure. Yes. But how would they get a hold of you?
So I have.
You thought you'd never ask.
Yeah. So my website is sacred-bydesign.com. That's going to be, and it has the links to all of my social medias, and everything is under the same name, Sacred-by-Design.
Okay.
I have Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram. I have a YouTube channel where I provide weekly short videos that are very informative for homeowners that are trying to walk through the design process. Information about products that I've learned after 20 years in the industry. I actually worked for a kitchen and bath showroom for over a decade. So I have a huge knowledge bank of the products that we actually put into our homes, and what to use when and where and how.
That's invaluable.
Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel that does that, and I also have House page, which is another place and I try to put portfolio pictures up on all of those whenever possible.
Well, I want our listeners to know that what we're going to be able to do is we're going to put her information on the website, and so that you can click on right on the links itself. Well, I'm excited, and I think you bring something to the community that is very easy for people to tie into, and a knowledge base. Even if they hire you or don't, they can still get good knowledge from you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
you very much.
so much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So until next time, Gary Ray's with Eugene Spotlights, and we'll see you down the road. Take care.